You're not imagining it, the repeating numbers, the right person calling you at the exact moment you're thinking of them, the job opportunity that appears 2 days after you finally decide, I'm done with this old version of me. What if we told you these aren't just cute coincidences, but real-time performance reviews from the quantum field, showing you which timeline you're actually walking into? In this video, we're going to decode quantum synchronicities. How to know if what you're experiencing is a true synchronicity, the key signs you're shifting timelines, and how to intentionally generate synchronicities that support pattern healing, money and love, instead of chaos and the same old pain cycles. Welcome back to Quantum Sovereignty, where we don't just talk about manifesting, we talk about ruling your reality in the quantum field. If you've ever thought, why do these weird alignments keep happening around me? Or is the universe trying to tell me something? You're in exactly the right place. Stay with us until the end, because we're going to walk you through a simple process you can start using today to invite clearer, more supportive synchronicities into your life. Let's start by grounding this. A synchronicity is not just something cool that happened. It's a meaningful coincidence, an outer event that lines up with your inner state in a way that feels precise, personal, and almost too aligned to dismiss. Now, here's the quantum piece. In quantum physics, we know that reality at the smallest scales exists as probabilities, not fixed things. Observation and consciousness influence which potential becomes real. So, imagine your life as a field of probabilities around you. Different versions of you, different timelines, different outcomes. Your dominant state, your beliefs, emotions, identity acts like a signal into that field. Quantum synchronicities are what happen when the signal you're broadcasting internally starts matching a new pattern in the field externally. It's like your reality saying, yes, this is the direction we're locking into. Keep going. That's why they feel so charged, so personal. They're not random, they're feedback. Let's talk about how to recognize when something is actually a synchronicity, not just your brain making patterns out of nothing. We'll give you 5 signs. You don't have to have all 5, but the more of these that are present, the more likely it's true quantum feedback. Sign 1, emotional resonance. When it happens, you feel that whoa moment, goosebumps, a drop in your stomach, a rush of energy. It's not just, oh, that's funny. It's, that feels like it's for me. In quantum terms, your nervous system is registering that your internal state and external event have just snapped into alignment. Sign 2, the timing is impeccable. The synchronicity shows up right after a big decision, right when you're on the edge of giving up, or exactly when you ask for a sign. The event could have happened a week earlier or later and meant nothing, but it shows up now. This can often be a sign you're actively shifting timelines. You may have changed something in your field, and the field is responding. Sign 3, repetition with escalation. You don't just see 111 once. You see it on the clock, on a receipt, on a license plate, on a building number, or the same symbol, phrase, or song keeps appearing in different places. Repetition is the quantum field saying, hey, your signal is stable enough now that we can mirror it back to you repeatedly. Sign 4, it lines up with your current inner work. Pay attention to what you're actually working through. If you're healing from a breakup and keep encountering conversations about healthy relationships, people modeling the kind of love you desire, resources about attachment, boundaries, and self-worth, those are not random. Synchronicities tend to cluster around the area where your identity is currently updating. Sign 5, it opens a door or closes one gently. A true synchronicity often comes with a nudge, a conversation that leads to an opportunity you've been asking for, a no that redirects you away from an old pattern and into something better. A chance encounter that gives you the exact insight you needed to move. The key point: synchronicities are not just cute signs. They often function as portal markers, showing you the doorway into a new timeline. So, how do you know if you're actually shifting timelines and not just noticing more things? Let's bring it together. You're likely shifting timelines when 1. Your inner state changes first. You've been choosing different thoughts, setting new boundaries, or finally releasing an old story. You feel a quiet internal click before the outer world rearranges. 2. Synchronicities cluster around your new identity. For example, you decide, I'm available only for nourishing love now, and you suddenly see examples of healthy love everywhere, or people from your past who matched your old pattern naturally fade out. 3. Your old triggers start feeling outdated. The same situation arises, but your reaction is calmer, more sovereign. That's a powerful sign your timeline has shifted because your state in that scenario is different. 4. You feel less like you're chasing and more like you're responding. Opportunities, people, and insights show up that match who you're becoming, and your job becomes to recognize them and say yes, rather than forcing everything into place. Think of it this way: a timeline shift is not just one big miracle event. It's a series of small, aligned events. Synchronicities that reflect the new version of you that you have chosen to be. Now let's get practical. How do you invite in synchronicities that support healing, money, and love, instead of chaos and the same old stories? Here's a simple 3-step process. Step 1. Clarify the version of you you're signaling synchronicities respond to who you're being, not just what you want. Ask yourself, if the version of me who is already healed, supported, and loved were broadcasting right now, what would their dominant state feel like? Maybe it's grounded, clear, deserving, creative, open. Take 30 seconds. Close your eyes and actually feel that version of you in your body. That's the signal. Step 2. Set a clear, sovereign intent for feedback. Instead of begging the universe for a sign, speak to the field as a co-creator. You can say something like, "Quantum field, show me synchronicities that confirm I am stabilizing this new identity of," then name it. Healed, abundant, deeply loved, sovereign. And let those signs be clear, kind, and undeniable. And help me recognize them. The tone here matters. You're not asking from desperation. You're commanding from partnership. Step 3. Practice conscious recognition without attachment. As you move through your day, notice the patterns that arise, especially around the area you're working on: money, love, purpose, pattern, healing. When one lands with that emotional resonance we talked about, pause and acknowledge it. I see that. I receive that. I'm stabilizing this new timeline. This does 2 things. 1, it anchors the new pattern in your nervous system. 2, it strengthens your signal to the field. More of this, please. This is my new normal. And equally important, if you notice a negative synchronicity like multiple signs around burnout or self-betrayal, instead of spiraling, treat it as compassionate feedback. Okay, my field is still broadcasting the old story here. What identity am I willing to choose now? Remember, synchronicities, good or bad, are not punishments or rewards. They're mirrors. You're not being judged, you're being informed. So let's bring this home. Quantum synchronicities are not random, not just spiritual aesthetic, but real-time feedback from the quantum field about who you're being and which timelines you're aligning with. If you clarify your identity, intend consciously, and recognize the feedback with sovereignty, you stop living like a victim of random events and start navigating reality like a ruler, reading the language of your own field. We want to leave you with one powerful question. What have my recent synchronicities been trying to tell me about who I already am becoming? If this video helped you see experiences differently, make sure you subscribe for more deep dives into quantum consciousness, sovereignty, and the science behind your spiritual awakening. Your synchronicities are not accidents. They are your quantum sovereignty speaking to you. The only question is, are you listening?